All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How are y'all? Morning, Vegas. John, Peter, Jean, Jim. Let's get ready for a nice week here. We do have a Simplicity long breakout here. News is coming up, though. Morning, Daniel. Look at this 50-tick chart. Man. It's been chopping since the London Open. The Euro Open. Look at that. Just now had a breakout bar. Yeah, we got that news coming up in about 5 minutes, so 5.5 minutes. I'm going to wait. See what this news does. So I got found a nice little indicator, bar timer indicator last night that I added onto my chart. You can see it down here on the bottom right. I like that as a visual a lot better than the standard bar timer. It's free. Ninja. Here, let me find the link. You just have to put in your email at this website that has indicators, and you can download it for free. That's pretty cool, though. All right, there's the link to where I found that little bar timer indicator. Like I said, you just give them your email, and you can download it for free. Thought it was pretty nice. Is what you look for as it relates to breakout bar. Yeah, Daniel. So pretty much after what I look for is chop on the 50 tick. At least 4 bars, sometimes 3, depending on what else is going on in the rest of the chart or the other charts. But for sure, after 4 bars of chop, then I start looking for a breakout bar. 1 bar to close above or below it. And that's considered a breakout bar. And usually, in most cases, whenever that happens, after 4 bars of chop, we get a breakout bar. It'll usually go in that same direction, at least 1 more bar. So like back here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars, 1 closed down. Here's another one. This case, this one did not, but this one did. We have at least 4 bars, 1 closed down. Then we have another one closed, another chop here, 1 closed down. Then in this case we had 3 closed down. So most cases, after you have 4 bars of chop, and then you get 1 close outside of that chop, like right now, we had all these bars of chop, then this one closed up, so that's my breakout bar. So usually when I get a Simplicity entry, like if I had an entry up here at around 12,081-ish with this breakout bar, those are the Simplicity entries I love. And if I don't have a simplicity entry there, then I wait, because when you have this breakout bar, a lot of times you get a pullback in an LRE to go, or if there's not a simplicity entry and it just keeps going long, then I'm just looking for a LRE pullback. But in most cases, when you get a setup like this, after at least 4 bars of chop, one close, then it'll usually get one more close in that direction. And each of these bars, of course, are 50 ticks, so that could be a 40, 50 tick win if you catch a nice one. Yeah, those are my favorite times to take a simplicity entry, is when it lines up with the close of a breakout bar. When that happens, I know I can usually at least grab about 40 ticks or so. Yes, this should be good enough news to give us some movement here, but shouldn't be too bad to make anything untradeable after it settles. I don't see anything else. Well, we do have a Fed member talking at 10:30, but hopefully that doesn't make the market stall or anything. All right, there's our news.
Double cluster NQ. Potential SLZ on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
Yeah, on those cases, I'll take the initial simplicity entry. As long as the entry doesn't make me have a stop of like 20 points or something. Yeah. Of course, after the open, you will have a bigger stop, but pre-market, if the stop is still going to be somewhere around 10, 12 points or so, then I'll jump in the simplicity entry. But those are usually so good that a lot of times I'll take that risk. Because usually, I mean, like I said, it'll go in most cases and get me at least 40 ticks. It'll move quick enough for me to be able to move to break even. So, yeah, I love those.
Double cluster NQ.
All right. Looks like news isn't doing too much.
TX on YM.
Still give it a second, give it a couple minutes and see if something. We are coming up to the 0.5 deviation, so.
Double cluster NQ.
I'm going to go ahead and refresh my dynamic magnets and flux levels. We have a ZOI on the 30 tick. Under this dev level 2, we have a nice ZOI mini magnet stack here at 108.75. Let's see where this thing takes us. And I don't like to take a trade through the deviation level, so I prefer it to, yeah, there we go. Prefer it to keep going. All right, we're hitting that level now. Mini magnet ZOI. Let's see what happens here. If we can bust straight through all this and then come back, give a pullback around there, that'd be nice. There's not much else of a target up there, though. We have this kind of spread ZOI and I block right there, but it's, you know, that's nothing really extremely strong that I'd be looking to target. See, and it came right up to that and pulling back now. So let's see what happens around here. Wouldn't want to get stuck in some chop. And there's a couple dynamic magnets there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I prefer it to break above that 110 area, above all these dynamic magnets. And before it hits this wall up here, give a nice pullback off the top of these dynamic magnets. And then take it up for about 10 points or so to that wall. But we'll see. There's a cluster now on the 30 tick right here at that level where that mini magnet ZOI is. So, but if this bar can close up with this mini magnet, that'd be a nice push off. So let's see. I would not be taking an LRE here, though, by the way. If it pulls back to around here where it would be an LRE, because see, now we have this sideways action here, a clear resistance right there. I mean, it's pretty clear. You can see it. So I wouldn't take a pullback here. And there's that cluster on the 30, so I would definitely want it to break above this. That's the 12-100 area also, so we still have pending home sales coming out at 10 a.m. So that is, and then Fed member talking at 10:30. So hopefully that's not going to stall anything here. All right, now it's breaking.
Double cluster NQ.
It's a strong uptrend, so right now an LRE would be pretty much where that mini magnet ZOI and cluster is now in the 30. So I would like for it to pull back to that. Hopefully this thing doesn't just keep running forever, though. See, right in this area, looking left. I would like that. It did hit the wall, though, but Let's see what happens. Might not come back. Now an LRE would be right at the top of those dynamic magnets. See that the 30 tick? That bar did leave that mini magnet and close up and pushed off. Now I'm not so much liking this because pullback would be right here where these double clusters are. There is a 30 tick ZOI, but there's not a lot of room between this entry and it hasn't really cleared the wall that good. So entry would be around 116.75. Well, now it's even higher, 118. See how the simplicity lines are getting pretty tight right here? I don't like that because if it does pull back, it's not a lot of pullback. I usually don't like them when they get too tight like that. And now we are, I mean, we've made a nice move already. Now we are hitting these levels up here, these ZOIs and I block. Could be an area where it could just stall. And see how it's really tight now. Really tight. It won't give much of a pullback. It doesn't give us a lot of pullback room. Yeah, it's probably the delay of the stream.
Potential TX on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
Might take one if it comes back to this wall, though. So there's about 8 points in between there. No, not anymore. It's gotten too tight.
Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
Those are dynamic magnets. At 12, 130.
Potential TX on NQ.
We have a lot of HD on the 10, but we could be getting this trapped Xbox with a mini magnet on the 30 here if it does pull back to the wall. But we have a lot of HD. Let's see if it pulls back to the wall. If it chops, then I won't consider anything. Nah, okay. It didn't make a clean pullback, so I'm just going to wait. A Lorex on which one? Oh, against it? I don't see a Lorex. This reversal bar up here? Well, there's not a cluster on it. Oh, yeah, but I was only going to take it if it came back down to this wall and target right back up here to the bottom of the dynamic magnets. Because that would have been about 2250, about 7 points, I guess. A little scalp there. You have a Lorex there too, Vegas? Huh. I don't have one. I don't have a cluster there. Yeah, I have the pink TX. I just don't have a cluster on the 10 tick. You don't have it either, James? Well, I guess that's odd. Some of us do, some of us don't. Oh well, either way, no trade was taken, so 124.25. Yeah. Yeah, just go to those charts and F5 it. They refresh instantly since there's no order prints or anything on them. Just make sure you click the chart before you F5. You don't want to accidentally refresh your sniper charts. Done that before. Good morning. So far. Yeah, this was a nice move long. Unfortunately, the entry happened during the dark zone of the news, and it never gave a nice pullback LRE trade. So
cluster and Q.
What ATM am I using? So I use, if I take a simplicity entry, I'll use a 20 tick stop. If I take a pullback low risk entry, I'll use a 15 tick stop. And then I want to target at least 25 ticks profit, but I trail my trades, so I don't have a profit target. I'll just trail it with my stop.
Potential OP rejection on YM.
Yeah, that last one busted through, but there was no way I was going to hop in that. Because even though it did pull back here on the 10 tick, I mean, you'd have been down here. ZOI crash right there, double clusters. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to not get in to go long right there. Then it popped up. Starting to lay a lot of order prints, a lot of ZOIs.
Potential SLZ on NQ.
852. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Potential TX on NQ.
Yeah, that'd be a nice SLZ right here if it goes long. Sniper trade. It is an LRE now too. HD. But this thing looks like it's going to come down, though. I don't know. Let's see. I'm not taking it because we already had this long move. So I don't want to take it at the top. It could just keep going long, but I want at least a reset or something to happen. There we go. We have our reset now.
Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
And then you have, if you look at the 50 tick too, look how many bars straight up it went. And the 30 tick. And eventually it's got to oscillate some. Or give a simplicity reset or something. Now we got double clusters on the 30 tick.
Potential TX on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential TBS on YM. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Double cluster YM.
Not seeing any signal that, because simplicity is flipped red and potentially going short, but I'm not really seeing any signal anywhere to tell me it's going to actually push short just yet.
Potential double T X on NQ.
Sniper ODD signal? I don't see any ODD right now. Not on NQ. I have some HD on the 10 tick. This bar right here is 179% of the last pullback, so that would be HD.
Potential TBS on NQ.
Look at the orders in these clusters. 152 to 112 orders. Look at that. We've got a lot of liquidity. And of course, these signals work a lot better with a lot of liquidity. If you got a lot of orders, then all of a sudden you have zero or trapped orders or a paw with no orders, then that's very telling.
Potential elevator on YM.
Like at the moment at 145.50, we have zero orders on the buy side. Right up here. 2 orders at 145, 0 at 145.50. That's exactly where it came up to. Now, I mean, you know, people could place some orders, but at the moment, I would not expect for it to break above this little 10 tick ZOI here based on the orders.
Potential TX on NQ. Oscar YM.
I would love if we get a TBS here on the 30 tick chart.
Trap orders with exhaustion box on
I
YM.
don't see anything showing
Elevator on YM.
that, but if it could lay a third bar sling somewhere in this area on this bar and close down, that'd be a simplicity I'd probably hop into. Because what happened was we had that long run, right? We had that long run up, and it didn't just come down or do anything weird. It came up, long run, chop, accumulated a lot of orders in this area. So if it left a third bar sling, I'd have the confidence of it coming down. Since it did have all that chopping and order accumulation there. We technically do have a simplicity short right now, but this is not an entry I'd be comfortable taking. See, it both angled down here, broke the low. So, because I don't like this entry where it's at, I would just wait for the LRE. But I would need it to break below these dynamic magnets for sure.
Potential TX on NQ.
And because of the time, I don't want it to form a chop block right now. So we're on the third bar here. Unless if it would hurry up, but I don't think it would hurry up. So, because I only have about 10, 15 minutes left in my session here, I don't want a chop block to form quite yet. Because that would probably take the rest of my time. So if this can just continue short, that'd be best.
Potential T X on NQ.
Now this is potential ODD on the 10 tick. Went down, pulled up, lower low, 19%. I don't think it's going to hold, though. I think it's going to keep coming short because we're close to this wall here. Plus, I want it to come short because on the 30 tick, it's wanting to leave this mini magnet here, and I don't want it to do that if I'm looking to continue short. That mini magnet did go away now. May come up and test this area. Simplicity lines are a little tight, but
Cluster NQ.
we have double clusters on the 10. If we pull back up into these dynamic magnets, I'll see if something sets up to take it back short. All right, this is a little better.
Double cluster NQ. Potential OP rejection on NQ.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not liking that there's another cluster. I do like that this number, though, has grown to being really out of an ODD area.
Rejection on NQ.
See what happens on this little pullback here,
Potential TX on YN.
up here. Nah, that we got these triple clusters now that we'd have to come back through. Maybe if this goes to ODD, I mean, it is ODD right now. I know we have this triple clusters, but we have a lot of HD right now. And if it breaks these dynamic magnets, then it'll just run up. There it goes. I was going to say, but if it holds right here, then it's going to shoot down. So I was okay taking that risk on that one. It got me out to the tick. Look at that. There's a ton of HD, but it looks like actually now, if it breaks above these dynamic magnets, this was a key level for me, and I wanted to test it. I didn't even notice this, but look at this. If I would have noticed this level's where the crash is, I would have put my stop a few more ticks back. Because see, looking left, here's where that crash was. And my stop was right on that crash, and that's why I got knocked out to the tick. If I would have noticed that, I would have placed it a couple ticks behind, because this area right here was a key level for me that if it breaks above this, it's just going to run up. But if it holds, then it's going to come, shooting down. Not shooting down because it's not really moving too fast. But I did not notice this right here was that crash. If I'd have noticed that, I would have moved my stop back a couple more ticks. Yeah, 361% HD. So you got to remember, too, when you have HD, that overcomes double clusters. Or a stack of clusters. HD overrides that. So, dang. And see, look, there it goes. We might get a short under this wall, though. We have a short here. After that reset. With that HD. This wall might hold up, though. I am going to have to give it a little more room, it looks like. Oops. Because I'm looking back at that 12-1-10 area, and it never came back really to test it after it broke it. But yeah, this one's not looking that good, to be honest. I thought it was going to break under that wall after it. And it still might, but... Man, that was just a key level.
Potential TX on NQ.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give this one a little more room. Behind this mini magnet, dynamic magnet. Just hope it doesn't start chopping on me. It gave the entry right under that wall, and then it laid that cluster and mini magnet on it. So I hope that doesn't hold up. It might, though. But I'm looking at that 12-1-10 mini magnet, ZOI, and cluster. After that bar that was right there with that cluster, laid that mini magnet and went long, it just never came back and tested that area. It blew right through.
Double cluster NQ.
Now we have double clusters. Yeah, this one might not actually go. But man, I still like that area that it came back and tested with the LRE and then went short off of. The way it came short off of that, how I thought, I felt like this would continue short, but doesn't look like it will. We'll see here. It's testing those clusters to the left, or it did. Let's see if it wants to go now, or if it wants to keep chopping on me. If it comes down to this ZOI down here at 115, that's where I'll kind of tighten up if it does break this wall, because now we're chopping at this wall. So it's not good. And I'm stuck in the chop. Not much I can do about it now. Yeah, I just laid this mini magnet on 10, so I'm pretty sure this is going to not work out in my favor. And still trying to lay that mini magnet on the 30 also.
Potential TX on NQ.
Oh, might get a little TX short here. That'll help me. Yeah, this thing's keeping me in a little longer, or a lot longer than what I wanted to be. So hopefully it'll get out of here before the dark zone. Not chop forever. If this little TX short on 10 tick and close short, that'll definitely help me out. I don't think this one's going to work out, though, to be honest. It's clearly chopping at that wall. So unless we just get a nice push short, I don't see this one really working. So we'll see. Maybe it's just yeah. I think this one's definitely going to be a loser. Getting close to dark zone. Simplicity flipped, not in my favor. Yeah, this one's going to pop up and knock me out. Because I gave it that extra room too, I'm going to take a little bigger of a loss than what I wanted. Oh yeah, look, there it goes. Nah, that thing was not going to get break even. So I lost 9 ticks more than I normally want to, but it's all good. That one was a little risky, but my read with that LRE, I thought it was going to have enough to push through. Unfortunately, it didn't. And then I got stuck in the chop. And then, unfortunately, that LRE that did win. Let's see. Except I got knocked out to the tick. You can see right there. To the tick. But I was in about here, 28. It came down and got about 6 points. But like I said, I should have seen that this was... Here, let me disconnect. There we go. Should have seen that this to the left was that crash. And if I would have moved it back just a couple more ticks, but... Yeah. But when these days happen, I prefer them to be on Monday, so that way I have the rest of the week. I have the rest of the week to come back, and tomorrow, you know, that's why I only risk... I mean, I lost a little more than I want, but a nice winning day tomorrow kind of will wipe out today if I can get that. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But that is all for me today. Go ahead and close... Go to Global Sim. All right. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Look at the news at 10 a.m. and then Fed members speaking at 10:30. So watch out for that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow and trade well, everybody. Y'all take care.